We are taking care of business on Saturday mornings on WHP 580. I'm Michael Parks, and thank you very much for staying with us on this wonderful holiday weekend on WHP 580. Taking care of business, taking care of our fine local businesses, spotlighting them and showcasing them, learning all about them and their products and services. And a lot of times, some of the products and services you may not be aware of here in central Pennsylvania. And these folks have been with us since the start, as you know, it is our mission to help promote our local businesses. And they are a perfect example of what we are all about on this radio station and all that they do in this entire region that we call home. It's our good friends at CPRS Physical Therapy, and it's a pleasure. We are out on the road at Phoenix Contact, and we're going to be talking more specifically about one of the services that CPRS offers, and that's called Occupational Health. And joining us again is our good friend, Francesca Kirk. So, friend, as we get started, got a lot of guests here, and it's a pleasure to be down here. Let's first of all talk a little bit about, CPRS and all that you do.
Yeah, so CPRS was founded in 1983 in Millersburg, PA, and since then we've grown to about 30 locations over 8 counties here in central PA, and we are a traditional outpatient physical therapy, offer wellness services, occupational health, like you mentioned, sports rehab. We also have about 25 athletic trainers that work in local high schools and colleges around the area. And a big difference about us is we're employee-owned. So from all of our front staff to our physical therapists to our athletic trainers, we're all 100% vested in the company and in the care that our patients will receive.
And it's important we talk about how you help people recovering from injury, especially in the manufacturers. This region is huge when it comes to manufacturing and distributing, and there's so many great companies that operate here. And anybody who runs a company, works for a company, health is the utmost concern, and safety, and also making you happy on the job. If you're healthy and you're happy on the job gets done, and you kind of enjoy your work and you feel very, very valued as an employee. We were lucky to go up, I think it was last year, maybe a couple of years ago. We were up at McGuire's Ford, and this is where we kind of kicked in with the occupational health area, and we learned about how CPRS was helping the employees there get through their day and also maybe get back in shape and do the things that they do so well. And we had the pleasure of meeting Brian Matasevic. Brian is kind of really involved with the occupational health and this particular program down here at Phoenix Contact. So let's talk about occupational health and what it basically is.
Well, I'm a certified and licensed athletic trainer, and I handle our occupational health contracts. And basically what that is anything from helping with stretching programs, wellness programs for your employees, as well as discomfort and injury screenings, and just helping with office setups so that everybody can work efficiently and be pain-free and discomfort-free throughout their day.
Yeah, because we think about the things we do in our everyday job. No matter what you do, there's these repetitive motions that you do, or else sometimes you got other things on your mind, stress and other things, and especially when it comes to not being healthy. Like the one gentleman we met up at McGuire's Ford, he was just fabulous. This guy drove 3 hours a day. He did commute, but he was able to start enjoying his life. You were able to, guide him and counsel him and coach him into getting into shape and enjoying life in his job.
And that's what we're trying to promote, is more of a healthy lifestyle. The healthier you can be, the more you can move, and the more you take care of yourself, the better off you're going to be able to enjoy your life and do the things that you want to do.
All right. Well, let's get to the gist of what we're all about here. And we want to talk to one of the folks here at Phoenix Contact, because I did not know this building, this complex, this incredible facility was, in our area. As I mentioned, we have a full line of guests to help us with the show this morning. We want to start off by introducing Wanda Sipe. Wanda's here with us to give us a little history of what Phoenix Contact is all about.
Okay, thank you. Just to give you a background of the company, we are an international German-owned company founded in 1923. Currently, corporate is located in Blomberg, Germany. The Phoenix Contact USA facility is one of the first international subsidiaries, and it was founded in 1981.
Now, tell us, what basically do you do that would make sense to all of us who are listening?
Okay. Well, we do develop and manufacture industrial electrical and electronic technology products in the automotive and control systems and equipment industry. Our products are used in a lot of the industry that we utilize throughout the day, such as automotive, water and wastewater, machine building, power generation, oil and gas, and many others.
This facility is huge, and it just goes on and on. And approximately how many people work here during the day?
At this location, we have about 500 employees, but in the U.S., we have a little over 675 employees in the U.S.
When I was walking down through the building itself and I glanced around, you have like a gym, a fitness facility, locker rooms, and so much more. It's things that probably other employers and employees would dream of having at their facility. And obviously, the people with Phoenix obviously believe in the wellness industry, and how taking care of their employees.
Absolutely, and it is a part of our culture. It is our culture, and it's something that is looked at and spoken of from our executive staff all the way down. We highly believe in wellness. Why
don't you introduce our next guest?
Okay, our next guest is Marion Roldan, Vice President of Human Resources.
All right, Marion, one of the great things that has evolved, especially when it comes to employers, employees, and in our society as a whole, especially when it comes to the point of healthcare and healthcare costs. That term of wellness is so important, and that's part of the culture here at Phoenix.
It's very much a part of our culture here at Phoenix. We started developing our wellness program, I'm going to say about 6 years ago. We felt that it was important. We've gone from the term wellness into well-being. Okay, our employees tell us that the reason that they like to work here is because they know that we care about their well-being, their overall well-being. And to us, that includes everything that concerns their health, from financial well-being to their physical well-being, including nutrition, physical activity, all of those types of things. So every year we have tried to incorporate some new avenues into our wellness program that do discuss or directly have to do with well-being. And this year we're happy to say that in November we opened our Functional Health and Wellbeing Center. So we are the first employer to actually have an on-site clinic that is not just a physician. Okay, we have a physician on staff all of the time, which is Dr. West, but it deals specifically, she practices functional medicine, okay, which is a totally different concept, and I'll let her explain that to you.
Next up, the doctor on staff. Yes, they have a doctor and clinic on site. Dr. West, tell us, about the facility and all that's being done.
Well, Phoenix, with their progressive mindset and culture, saw fit to invoke the practice of functional medicine for their on-site clinic. For years, I practiced conventional medicine and saw typically much chronic disease over and over and over, and over the course of time got somewhat frustrated by the fact that I was seeing the same conditions, which I knew to be both preventable and reversible. So in an effort to impact that, I found functional medicine, whose short description is root cause medicine. If you can identify the underlying cause of a condition and treat that, then you prevent or reverse or eliminate that condition, as opposed to managing symptoms or practicing what we often call disease care as opposed to health care. So the philosophy of the Functional Health and Wellbeing Center, in conjunction with the culture here at Phoenix, is to promote health and well-being as opposed to managing disease. We recognize that we do have to do that in many occasions, and kind of do that simultaneously with investigating kind of the underlying root basic cause of a condition.
Do you need the employees to join in on this and be a part of this? Are they being open to, doing something like this?
Absolutely. I kind of find myself in an ideal position from years of conventional medicine of taking, where they are with their health and basically explaining to them why they may be in the position that they're in, and if they're interested in kind of exploring a path that may likely reverse or at least greatly improve the potential road that they're on with their chronic disease. This patient population, or I should say employee population, because of its leadership, has been phenomenal. It's almost, you mentioned, it's a dream place. And for a physician, the kind of comments that I hear coming in the door, I never dreamed I would hear based on where I came from. So the employee population has really embraced this.
And really, it comes down to that point when we talk about health as a whole and feeling good about yourself. It's not always just physical; it's mental. You feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. And we really do, as functional medicine in general, really does encompass, as Marion commented, all aspects of health. And we not only focus on nutrition and medical issues, but certainly the great impact of stress that all of us have, and how that impacts our physical health as well. So we do try to encompass all aspects of healthcare.
Also part of this team and effort and helping to implement a wonderful stretching program is Jeff Watford. All right, Jeff. We want to talk about what role are you playing in this whole team effort of how this works?
All right. Well, fortunately, what we'd done, we'd reviewed some of our accidents, our injury information, and through reviewing that information, we realized that our back injuries and some of the repetitive motion injuries were something we wanted to concentrate on. So through some benchmarking, we were fortunate enough to come up with a potential solution to it, and that solution was going to be a stretching program. And fortunately, we found CPRS, and they have been a great partner with us and our stretching program. We do it presently in our distribution center. We also concentrate in our manufacturing department, who Linda will talk to you a little bit more about, but we, in the next year, plan on rolling that out into our office program. So overall, working with Linda, working with the other departments, and Brian to make sure that the stretching is taking place, just part of that total concept.
What's your background like? How did you become involved in this and become so passionate about it?
I actually work in our HR department. I'm HR generalist with the company, and through our wellness and part of our wellness committee, part of our safety committee, and just in general well-being, as you've heard from everyone else, is part of this culture and part of this company. And I try to strive and drive forward with that.
Well, it just goes to show you don't realize what some of the people can offer and do within the employee as a whole. You know what their passions are, what they do in their spare time, and this was something that you do as in human resources, do a lot of other stuff, but then all of a sudden this became something new and unique for you that you can share with everybody else.
Oh yes, definitely, and I'm happy to do that. And again, as you've heard, the company, the culture, individuals are so happy with the program as it takes place. But what I also like is that when they have questions, Brian is here. He works great with the group. But if there's a case-by-case situation where someone wants to look at a different approach to things, Brian is more than happy to work with them, and we support that fully.
We're going to talk about the importance of get more specific when it comes to stretching and bring Brian back and talking about that as well. We are on the location at Phoenix Contact, which is off 283 in the Middletown area. And today we're with CPRS Physical Therapy, learning more about their occupational health programs and services that they offer. For more information about CPRS and how you can get your company involved, go to the website, which is cprsweb.com. And of course, you can get all the contact information. Hear this interview again on our website at WHP580.com. Click on Air, the Michael Parks, or a podcast page as well. We will continue in a bit. We are taking care of business on Saturday mornings on WHP. Taking care of business Saturday mornings, WHP 580 Michael Parks. Along with CPRS Physical Therapy, we are on location at Phoenix Contact. CPRS and Phoenix Contact have been teaming up since the start of the year to bring occupational health, helping the employees do their job, do it better, and also feel better mentally and physically. And, we wanted to talk about, some of the stretching program specifically. We want to bring in now Linda Crum, whose department and staff has been making use of this new stretching program. Let's talk about the stretching program and how that got implemented.
Well, Marion and the leadership team usually comes up with really good ideas on how to improve wellness here at the workplace. And this year it was the stretching program. So a group of people were pulled together to facilitate rolling out the stretching program to all the manufacturing and warehouse areas, I being one of the business units that we rolled it out with. So we learned the exercises, learned the stretching, and then we pulled everybody together and we rolled it out to the entire team. We worked 2 shifts here and we stretch twice a day each shift.
Beginning, middle, or something?
It's usually towards the beginning and then towards the end of the shift to try to space it out.
Let's talk about that, Brian. The importance of getting the body and stretching. Talk about that. What that means, from a physical therapy aspect.
Well, the big importance with stretching is it happens to everybody. As we get older, our muscles start to adaptively shorten. Over time, what that's going to do is it's going to limit your range of motion, the way you move and do your everyday activities. By stretching, we can combat that, and we can keep that muscle lengthened, which means we're going to have a full range of motion. The joints and everything are going to work properly, and it's going to put less wear and tear onto your body.
And it doesn't make a difference, as you mentioned, as you age, you should stretch more. But even, you have a full range of employees here, from, young to older. It's even with the young guys, that stretching is still important.
Absolutely. It's even more important for them to start that habit and get into that healthy lifestyle moving forward. That way it's just easier to maintain throughout your entire life.
And I think that what's great about this is we talk about this company, how it's always looking for different ways to make the employees and make the job easier done, but let's talk a little bit about that. How has it been accepted throughout the area? Any comments from the staff on how they feel, if it makes a difference in their everyday work?
Absolutely, it makes a difference in their everyday work. Me personally, I saw a difference the very first time I stretched. So I embraced it right from the beginning. As we pulled people together, you have a whole spectrum of people who embrace it immediately, people who are skeptics. I can tell you even my worst skeptic fully embraces the stretching. He feels good about it, he enjoys doing it, and sees a difference in his life. The thing that I've learned from being the short time here at this company and learning about, all the work that's being done here, but it's a lot of it sure is about getting the job done, but it's also about having that kind of company who cares about its employees and wants to take care of them. And as we always mention, and when we know this in any job that we do, if you're having fun at work and if you're healthy at work and you're doing well, then you're going to enjoy your job, and also you're going to enjoy your life and going to be rewarded 10 times forward. So again, Fran, as we wrap up when it comes to occupational health for the services at CPRS. Again, if another company wants to get involved and do something like this, put your heads together and maybe come up with a plan, then it's simple as just contacting a location near you.
Yeah, they can contact any one of our locations, which would be forwarded to me, or our website. We have a specific page on Occupational Health, which has my direct contact information. Brian, myself, and Tom, our president, go in to meet with businesses, and we can offer really anything. So Phoenix here had a specific idea on what they wanted to implement, and so we were able to work with them and adapt exactly what they needed and wanted here. And so we were able to change up any program or service to specifically meet the needs of the employer and the employee.
We want to thank the staff here at Phoenix Contact, who has made us feel so welcome, and sharing with us how they have created such an incredible work atmosphere and how this company is so forward-thinking on coming up with even better ways to keep their employees and staff healthy and happy. And thank our guests from Phoenix, Wanda Sipe, Marion Roldan, Dr. West, Jeff Watford, and Linda Crum. Learn more about them and all they do at phoenixcontact.com. And I am just amazed and impressed, and maybe like a lot of you didn't know who they are and all they do, and how we're lucky to have this incredible facility and employer here in our area, right on Fulling Mill Road in Middletown off 283, employing over 500 people in this area. And for CPRS Physical Therapy for introducing us to them and being able to offer their services and talents when it comes to occupational health. Brian Matasiewicz and Francesca Kirk from CPRS, thanks for being with us today. Learn more about CPRS at their website, which is cprsweb.com. And of course, hear the interview again on our website at WHP580.com. As we wrap up this Saturday morning of this Memorial Day weekend, we also want to remind you we hope that you have a safe and enjoyable Memorial Day holiday. And we hope that you will take time this weekend to stop and salute the men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice for this Memorial Day, because truly that is what Memorial Day weekend is all about. Thank you very much for listening. Stick around. Medical Matters is coming up next, followed by The Plant Doctor, and I will talk with you next Saturday morning at 7. I'm Michael Parks, and we are taking care of business on WHP 580.